In time, evening comes. Techie? As I leave my cell to go use the warden room shower, I see Techie working on something in the open area where we had eaten earlier. I am surprised to see what's in front of him. Techie, is that the SPX from earlier? Yeah, we don't know what we'll run into going forward, so I figured I'd dismantle it and learn as much as I can. I'm definitely not putting it back together so that it can kill the rest of you. You're taking that big hulking machine apart all by yourself? Don't worry, I've got some extra hands. Actually, they aren't really helping at all. They're only making things worse.
Hey, kid, I got the stuff from the warden's room. I'll just leave the toolbox on the chair, yeah?
And I have successfully sundered the wire from the spike, as you bade me. Thanks a bunch, you two. Physical labor isn't really my forte, so I appreciate the help. Oh, so Rowdy and Armor are your helpers. Well, have you learned anything interesting? Yeah, they're really stupid. Oh, you mean about the robot? As I just completed my analysis, we thankfully only severed the power cord, so there wasn't any damage done to the internal circuitry.
So there was only a cord where Gourmet knifed it? But ain't this some sort of sentry robot? Weird that it'd have such an obvious weak spot.
I suspect it may be a safety precaution in the event that a member of the organization is under attack. Plus, it's simple to repair. Good Sir Techie, I have procured the wire as you bespoke, but the spike itself is oddly light. Mayhap 'tis only the tip that is metal. No, it has to be conductive to deliver a shock, so it likely has a metal core, but the shell's mostly reinforced plastic to reduce overall weight. Look, this interceptor spike's light as a feather too. I'd imagine the same applies to all but the most vital areas to keep the SPX at peak agility. Oh, you're right. This isn't heavy at all. Upon taking the long spike from Techie, I'm shocked by how lightweight it is. These spikes seemed as vicious as a beast's claws when we were attacked, but holding one now, it feels more like a toy. They're quite formidable during battle, but in reality are quite flimsy. To think they caused me to flounder so. Oh, woe is me.
This is a real featherweight weapon. All you gotta do is stab him with the end and shock him with the zap. No wonder the thing's so dang light. Even a weighted tip also makes for better shooting. You feel me?
Makes sense. It's a very streamlined design, huh? The more we learn, the more I realize how deadly these spikes truly are. I don't understand why the TA would have created something like this.
Anyways, these mechs sure have me wound up. Who cares how many safety features they got? They still attacked us DA members. How can you call this sentry robot when it can't even tell an ally from an enemy?
There's nothing we can do about that. This guy's been programmed to indiscriminately attack whatever his camera detects. It was humans who set it up that way, so please don't misdirect your anger toward the SPXs when they're not the ones to blame. Yeah, be nice to the robots.
Sure, but these are the same metallic goons that offed our chief, yeah? Can't help but feel a little sour at them for it.
They're only doing the jobs they were given, just the same as we detectives perform ours. Look at its body. No arms or legs. Its function has been refined solely to monitoring people and removing threats, not unlike Armor's suit. Indeed. Sir Techie, both mine armor and that contraption were forged to preserve life. Neither harbors any inherent malevolence. Ultimately, it is mankind who in their malice appropriate such things in order to sow strife. Yeah, you get it. Under no circumstance can we forgive whoever misused that SPX to kill the chief. I, Techie Detective, swear upon my name to bring the criminal who infiltrated the DA to justice. You say they infiltrated the DA, but how can we be sure of that? Not only did the culprit kill everyone at the research facility, they also possess full knowledge of the SPX's capabilities. They've done irreparable damage to the DA and seek to harm us. That much is certain. Given this, infiltration seems entirely plausible. So we've got enemies aside from downtown. This tragedy hasn't come to a close yet. Part of me honestly wishes I could just ignore it. An hour ago, we all enjoyed a meal together, everyone chatting with smiles on their faces. I don't want to believe that was all a lie. It's awful having to suspect my companions like this.
The heck you're chewing your cud about, bub?
Rowdy gives me a light slap on the head when my eyes meet hers. She grins broadly.
Even if that crook's among us, there ain't no need to worry, see? If you want to believe, then you ought to keep on believing.
But if I had realized the truth about downtown sooner, Mystic wouldn't be...
I trusted her. She backstabbed you. No hope in that. But going at everything all half-hearted and lukewarm-like, that you might regret. Once a man has his mind set on something, he's gotta stick to his guns, capiche?
You're way more of a man than I'll ever be, Rowdy. I wish I could be as strong as you.
Well, I've got a trick to nip all those worries right in the bud, see?
I'm gonna kill you right now.
Now you'll have nothing to worry about.
You do?
Sure, take a look.
Rowdy produces a small deck of cards from her pocket and begins shuffling them. They look like traditional Hanafuda cards, each emblazoned with plants, animals, and so forth. How are these supposed to help?
Whenever I'm stuck, I pull a card. Drawing one of them with a cherry blossom means go, but anything else means I should cool it.
So you let the cards decide directions. Is that really okay?
Just think about it, Tick. Bub, second guessing means you don't trust your gut. You following me? Just imagine in every battle she's like, hold on, I need to draw a card.
Yes. What is this, fucking Yu-Gi-Oh? It is my turn. First, I draw one card from my deck.
Yeah, let me draw a card. Go to jail. Do not collect. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. How did this get here?
This is a special card. This is the Pot of Greed.
and then I play Pot of Greed, and then I'll play a card you didn't see coming. Pot of Greed. I don't know if you see that, but it's.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
When it's down to the nitty gritty, you gotta have something to rely on. And these cards always got my back. I trust them more than I do myself. Especially this Regeki card.
Yeah, this one's good.
You ought to try it too, bub. It'll get your mind made right quick.
Rowdy extends the deck of cards toward me. I freeze up on reflex. Should I continue believing my friends as I have been? Or should I be more suspicious? Is this really something a deck should decide?
Don't worry your lil head so much, bub.
As if guessing my thoughts, Rowdy comforts me with a hearty, energetic voice.
It's a choice. I'm serious about making a card. Ain't gonna sway me. No way, no how. This is more like a push to pick the answer I'm really after. So, take a card and trust in your decision. Yeah, take one card. This will be your decision every time.
Yes. Yeah, I keep you gotta give the rest of the deck back, but... Okay, so a cherry blossom needs to go with my gut, right? Let's give it a shot. What does Karibo mean? I draw a card from Rowdy's hand.
Well, figure out your answer?
Yeah, I did. I hand the card I drew to Rowdy, the cherry blossom on it setting my resolve in stone. No more hesitation. I choose to believe in the heart of the cards. I mean, my friends.
Nice. We all put our hands together, draw a smiley face.
Yes. It's near. It's nearly lights out. We should head to our cells soon. Moments later, the lights dim and plunge us into darkness. I start heading back toward the chair where we had left the toolbox Techie was using to analyze the SPX. Suddenly, I run directly into Doleful as he comes bounding out from the warden's room.
Whoa, it's just you, incompetent. You startled me there.
Doleful jumps back a bit. Judging by the steam and soapy aroma, it seems he'd been using the warden room shower. You frighten quite easily, Sir Doleful. Hey, it's not like he can help it. It's so dark, I can't even see what's in front of me.
Man, must be scary for folks who don't got top-notch senses like I do. Right. Especially with armor around, he already looks like a ghost.
Hilary Valley, me a ghost? I mean, a walking suit of armor is pretty spooky. I think a famous castle in Japan also had a legend like that. Well, it's impossible, scientifically speaking. Come on, let's head back already.
Whoa, what's this? Techie, don't tell me you're scared of ghoulies or something.
Not at all. As a proponent of science, entertaining children's make-believe simply makes my skin crawl.
Oh, I'll make your skin crawl real good then. See, in the mountains where I'm from, there are spirits everywhere you look.
No, please stop. You may be a savage brute, but you can at least try to keep your remarks logical like a proper detective. As the lively exchange continues, we make our way over to the cells, only to run into a wholly unexpected encounter. Here's a surprise. You're all looking awfully chubby there. Just what could you be up to? Renegade sits before the dismantled SPX. He cheerfully runs his fingers over its exterior and smirks. That should be our line. What are you doing here? Don't get all huffy, kid. I was about to tell you something nice. Renegade motions to the SPX as he speaks. I glance over the machine again. As far as I can tell, it's still in pieces. Just the way it was while we were inspecting it earlier. I don't notice anything particularly odd. Wait, there's a spike missing. What? Now that he mentions it, I notice that one of the long metal spikes Techie had attached has disappeared. There would have been ample time to take it while we were returning items to the warden's room and chatting with Doleful, but who did it, and why? Looks like it's about time for the kickoff. The kickoff? For what exactly? Isn't it obvious? The corners of Renegade's mouth curl upward in the shape of a crescent. I'm talking about the death match between us detectives and the killer in our midst. I feel it, the bloodthirst lurking in the shadows, so dear and sweet.
Spend your usual bullshit again, huh? Listen up, nutjob. Quit running your trap, or I'll make sure it never runs again. Capiche?
It's not bullshit. Can you fucking imagine? Rowdy approaches Renegade and seizes him by the collar, but he doesn't flinch, carrying on with great cheer, completely unfazed. Don't try to act all bent out of shape. Deep down, you've all realized it happened to you. Our daily life becomes dull during times of peace. We detectives are reckless, thrill-seeking fools who dream of confronting our murderous nemeses. You, me, all of us, tingling with excitement as we face the insanity, lies, and barbarity touted as extraordinary. Every one of us is mad.
Don't go lumping us together. I'm just here to lend a helping hand. There ain't a single bit of crazy in this noggin.
How noble, but I know the truth. The Dayless Night incident claimed your mother, no? That's why you were raised so strong. Create a detective who could keep up with any criminal.
Just drop dead already, will ya? You goddamn nasty creep.
Rowdy, stop it! As I moved to get between Renegade and Rowdy, her fist lands squarely on my cheek, sending me flying. My back slams hard against the ground and my chest grows tight. I can't breathe. Soon after, the metallic taste of blood fills my mouth. My vision is hazy, but I can make out the sound of numerous footsteps approaching.
You okay, bub? I'm real sorry. It was an accident.
He's losing consciousness. I'll go get ice from the warden's room. You'd sluck your own dear friend. What a monster.
Why, I oughta. I got another fist right here with your name written all over. Rowdy, please calm down. Don't let him rile you up.
Allow me to ferry Sir Incompetent to a cell. If this battle must continue, so be it. I shall take on all comers once he is safely tucked in. Such quarrels amongst comrades, I do not find it just. Armor? I hear them talking, but can't muster a sound. I feel armor cradle me and lift my body as I slip in and out of the waking world. Nap time.
Why did you call to me? What do you want?
Oh, it's nothing major. You see, I'd like to swap rooms with you, just for tonight.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea, but maybe it is. Who knows? Upon coming to, I find myself in a bizarre labyrinth. I walk alone along the desolate concrete walls. Beep, boop, boop, bop, beep. A familiar mechanical beeping whirs from further down the corridor. I get a bad feeling and rush ahead. Soon after, I run into it. The white machine we encountered this afternoon. Next to it, a girl is sprawled out, drenched in blood. Spear juts out of her chest, and sanguine fluid gushes from the wound. The thick scent of blood hangs in the air. One whiff of the metallic stench is enough to make my head spin, robbing me of all rational thought. I have to escape. I have to escape as I try to voice the words. As I try to voice the words, I feel something touching my back. I turn to find another SPX in my heels. Not only that, but I can make out the sound of treads nearby. More and more SPXs gather on my heels, but the situation is so absurd that I actually find some comfort in it. Could this be a vision from the denouement? Is this the fate I'm bound for? What in the world is supposed to happen to me? You think I'm just gonna sit here and take it? I dash forward with all my strength, weaving my way through the SPXs before they can react. It's not over till it's over. Even if what I'm seeing really is the future, I refuse to give up. I'll find a sliver of hope, I swear. Sparks fly across my field of vision, flooding my surroundings with light. I find myself in a familiar cell. There's a figure lying on the bed near the back. But oddly enough, the long object protrudes from their chest. Oh no. I recognize the object at once. It's the stolen SPX spike. Even from this distance, it's crushingly obvious what happened. The spike has been speared straight through what is now a corpse. I spring from the bed and survey the darkness around me. There aren't any bodies. I don't see the spike or SPXs either. The scent of blood is gone too. I heave a deep sigh of relief. All of that just now was only a dream.
You seem you had a vision of another tragedy to come.
No. Nothing like that. Holmes appears, her words shadowing my brief moment of peace.
You saw it, yes? A premonition of death?
Yeah, I saw a corpse in a cell, but I'm not sure who it was. That dream was way more fragmented than usual.
Ah, so you lack sufficient details. Best to remain calm and investigate further come morning, then. Yeah, best to let the murder happen.
Yep. How can you be so blasé about this? Somebody might die again. Shouldn't I start searching for clues right away?
I'll admit your impulsive nature is quite charming, but I'm going to have to insist you stay put this time around. Remember what was stated yesterday, now isn't the time to act on your own. Or anything that happened while you were alone, it could prove hazardous.
But, but I can't stand by and watch someone die in front of me again. If there's anything I can do right now, I want to do it. If that spike's going to be used as the murder weapon, there could be a clue near the white SPX. I'm gonna go check.
Truly you are a stubborn one, once you made up your mind. I won't try to stop you, but do take caution. Rouse anyone with your footsteps, and you'll only make yourself a suspect later.
Right, I'll be careful. I unlock the cell and take a step outside. The metal door creaks as it opens, causing my heart to nearly leap out of my chest. That got a little dicey. Even the tiniest sound echoes here in the dungeon. Rowdy has ears like a hawk, but thankfully her cell is on the far side of the hall, so I should be okay. Still better than safe than sorry. With Holmes at my side, I quietly sneak toward the dismantled SPX. I try my best to be silent, but can't seem to muffle my steps, much to my chagrin. Holmes chuckles as she observes.
You're a detective, yet you can't even hide the sound of your footfalls. How adorable.
I thought I was doing a pretty good job, though. There's no way I can be any quieter. I whisper out loud, which I could still, even though I could just be thinking it.
Well, that's why your name's incompetent. Sweet,
Yeah.
innocent Wato. An experienced professional in our field could sneak up on even the most ill-tempered tomcat. Is that what they do? Detectives, they just they learn to silent step? Like
Yeah,
what?
I guess so.
Missing animal cases are often trivialized, but it's no simple task to locate a target based on minute details, then track them down unnoticed.
My boss back at my part-time job always had me looking for lost pets. I wonder if that was part of my training. Also, all the cooking he made me do. I wonder if that was part of my training too.
Yeah, and waxing on, waxing off his car. I wonder.
Yes.
I'm certain it was. It's the most efficient method for learning the fundamental skills every detective needs.
We continue talking as we near the SPX's remains. While I can discern the vague shape in front of me, it's too dark to make out much else. I can't see a thing, even with my D-pad's flashlight.
Is that really so surprising? We've gone where the sun doesn't shine. Of course, a light source the size of your palm would be insufficient. I understand you're eager. Perhaps staying up and keeping watch would be a better use of your energy than a fruitless investigation?
That's probably a good idea. I don't think anyone else is awake right now.
As I said previously, the denouement is not all powerful. Rather than chase after what eludes you, consider what you already know.
And I just wish I had a flashlight.
Cut the light, Wato.
Huh? What's wrong? I speak aloud without thinking, and Holmes quickly zooms in front of me.
Do it, and keep quiet. Somebody has you in their sights.
I nearly blurted out, "Don't be ridiculous," before managing to stop myself. I turn off my light and look around, but don't notice anything suspicious. There's no one there. Did you spot something?
No, I simply felt a presence. I couldn't even hear their footsteps, let alone see them.
Maybe it was just your,
Run!
Huh? As I quickly roll to the side, what appears to be a spike from the white SPX shoots out from behind me. The tip barely misses its mark, but slowly begins to encroach upon me, as if anticipating my attempt to dodge it. There's a cracking noise as it strikes me. The vision flickers several times. Suddenly, my body feels weightless and my consciousness fades. And that's the end of the game, folks.
All right, good game. That's
It's
interesting.
fun. It's fun. Yeah. I mean, I guess I wonder what happened, but whatever.
Wake up, Wato.
Oh, false alarm. Okay. I open my eyes and see Holmes peering at me with a troubled expression. Looking around, I find myself in a strange concrete area. No decorations, just 4 passages leading in different directions. The cold, inhuman nature of the place sends a shiver down my spine. Holmes? What is this place? Am I still dreaming?
You fucking idiot, I told you to stay put. I mean, apologies, but as my consciousness is linked with yours, I'm afraid I don't know what happened while you were out. However, this is no dream. Of that much I'm certain. It would seem someone has knocked you out and brought you here.
What? But why me? What for?
Shh! Listen, don't you recognize a mechanical sound?
Nope. I don't recognize it. A booming mechanical hum reverberates through the area, shaking the surrounding concrete. There's no question, it's an SPX, and it's getting closer. Must be coming from one of these passages. Which one? Where's it coming from?
All your base are belong to us.
What a weird thing for to say. It took the might of the entire DA to defeat the last mech. If it discovers me alone, I'm toast. The overbearing whir draws closer, to the point where it feels as if the angel of death itself is about to descend upon me. My breathing goes ragged. My heart hammers in my ears.
Calm yourself, Wato. You have the Denomon, remember? Encounter an SPX now and your life will be forfeit. But given the situation, you should be able to take a peek into your future.
I'm finally reminded of my newfound ability. Using the denouement to foresee any oncoming tragedy is bound to be useful here. I focus my gaze on each of the 4 passageways, and then... The instant I look at the passage in front of me, a bright red SPX cuts me down. Splattering blood dyes my vision scarlet. Then the scene disappears and it all is at peace, as if the blood was simply wiped clean. My head feels like it's burning up, but I was able to successfully use the denouement. It seems the SPX is coming from the passage in front of me to the left.
Very well, let us escape via the passage to the right. You're certain to be spotted if we stay here any longer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that ability is just called a quick save. You know?
Yeah, I have the save state ability. The second Holmes gives the command, I hurry into the right-hand passage. The sounds of the SPX grow distant. Seems I've shaken it off for now, but I still have no idea where I am.
Are you feeling alright after using the denouement?
Yeah, I'm fine. My head feels a bit fried, but I'm alert enough. I think I'm getting used to it.
I see. Glad to hear it. I can't predict what may happen next, so be prepared to use the denouement at a moment's notice.
I walk and walk, but the concrete corridor never changes. The continuous, repetitive sound of my footsteps makes me dizzy. As the sterile monotony continues in my ears, an odd feeling rises up inside me. It's like deja vu, as if I've gone down these exact same halls before. Come to think of it, I think the SPX in my dreams about what happened a decade back was read too. The SPX that appeared in my vision just now was the exact same color. It could just be a coincidence. The denouement relies on my own inherent knowledge to create its visions. It's entirely possible that it was mirroring my past trauma, but maybe there's another explanation. Holmes, have the two of us ever walked down these corridors before? In the past, I mean.
What makes you say that?
It's just, I feel like I've seen this maze in my dreams countless times. Plus, it connects to the dungeon where I was held 10 years back. It could be that they brought me here for some reason or another.
Is that so? In that case, it is quite plausible that the two of us were here together after our being abducted 10 years back.
Oh, what wonderful memories. But it's strange. What's an SPX doing here anyway? Its presence means that this passage is somehow related to the DA, right? You're rank number 2. Do you know anything?
I had a feeling you'd ask sooner or later. Where to begin?
I know everything. I've been holding out.
Yeah, in fact, I know who's betraying us, but I won't tell you, because then there wouldn't be a game to play.
Because it's me! Holmes closes her eyes solemnly, pauses, then finally begins to speak.
First, a reminder. As previously stated, my information isn't comprehensive. For example, I know next to nothing regarding the SPXs.
Why is that? Aren't those mechs developed by the Alliance?
Technically speaking, no. The SPX series, this maze, and the dungeon were all created by the DA predecessor, the Secret Police.
The Secret Police? Was that a branch of law enforcement?
No, it's simply a name. It had no connection to the force. Like the DA, it operated out of the public eye. I'm sure no one's even heard of it.
What a strange organization. Why was it established in the first place?
To investigate the Dayless Night incident, senior detective, who was already quite famous, and Mystic Detective assisted as well, I believe.
If those two were involved and that was really their goal, it must have been a pretty respectable organization.
Their goal was respectable, yes. Their methods, however, were anything but. You're aware that the Quartering Duke was influenced by the Dayless Night incident, yes?
Yeah, that's what Renegade told us. He said that the Duke is trying to finish what the Dayless Night incident had started.
Precisely, but the Quartering Duke wasn't the only one. Following the Dayless Night incident, a great many copycats claimed to be doing the same. As the secret police struggled to address this, their morals grew warped. They began conducting inhumane experiments to prevent further crime. Our confinement was just one of many grave sins they committed.
What? You're saying the secret police was behind the abductions 10 years ago? I'm shocked, but the facts do seem to add up. Despite the scale of the incident, coverage on it from the media was surprisingly scant. Ultimately, the perpetrators were written off as an organized crime syndicate, so there really was more to the story after all. Then there's the other thing. Renegade mentioned every detective here is tied to the Dayless Night. Not to mention the link between Holmes and myself.
Seeking to forestall another Dayless Night incident, the SP aimed to create detectives with supernatural abilities. We are abducted for this experiment.
How would they be able to stop something like that in advance? It's practically impossible.
We already possess such an ability, do you not? That impossible power which allows you to see see future tragedies and prevent them?
Oh, a kidnapping 10 years ago, the denouement's vision of the future, and this secret police that sought to create supernatural detectives. Finally, each piece falls into place.
So you've realized, indeed, your special power granted by the denouement is a result of the secret police's inhumane experiments. There's no other reason for why my power was transferred to you. It's because we were both subjected to those experiments 10 years ago.
What was that?
Hide it in the shadow of that pillar. Something's coming.
I hide as Holmes instructs, after which something smaller than the other mechs passes by. I can hear him but can't see a thing. Thanks to its noisy treads, though, I can tell it's right next to me. What? What is that?
Let's continue talking like this, no speaking aloud. I recognize this SPX. It can conceal itself using a projection of its surroundings. It seems to have poor optical sensors, however. If something triggers your denouement, simply hide. The way you're doing now.
They can turn invisible? Just what are these things?
Sadly, the Detective Alliance has almost no data on record regarding the secret police. Vidok Q, our founder, noticed that the SP had gone astray. To squash it, he usurped the organization, acquiring its technology in the process. SP's head researchers had already fled. However, the inner workings of many of their projects remain yet unknown. The Labyrinth is one such example. The SPX sentries and various perils found here have made investigation quite troublesome.
So then who was responsible for bringing me here?
I cannot say, but they're undoubtedly aware of the Labyrinth's existence. This individual seeks to avoid killing with their own hands.
What a coward. Either way, we need to get out of here and inform the others ASAP.
Calm yourself, you're still able to hear the faint crawling of the SPX, right? Passion is a virtue in this line of work, but remaining centered is paramount.
Sorry, my emotions tend to get the better of me.
You're fine just the way you are, Wato. That's why I was first drawn to you after all. You can count on me to keep you in line. Just don't lose that determination of yours. Together, the two of us make one fairly competent detective, wouldn't you say?
I'll do my best to keep up with you. I listen closely to make sure the SPX is gone before heading deeper into the passage. Things don't seem as scary to me as they did before. I'm sure it's all thanks to Holmes and her words of encouragement. Two of us make one detective, huh? Till now, I had simply been following her orders. I've been feeling like some kind of fraud for deceiving the others. But what Holmes said, that the both of us make one competent detective together, reassures me. I really am just a rookie, but as long as Holmes is by my side, I feel like we can solve any case that comes our way. You're the best friend I could ask for watching my back, after all. Eventually, we reach an open room with the exact same layout as the last. Another one of these.
A fatal trap could await us beyond any one of these corridors. Tell me, what shall we do in such a predicament? Quick
Die.
save.
Yeah. Use the denouement.
Very good, Wato. You're becoming quite adept.
I steel myself and concentrate. Slowly but surely, I'm getting a feel for this ability. I think I understand how to use it now. I clear my mind and focus on my sight, taking in every little detail. Glimpses of the future begin to form in my empty head, like images loading in one after another. A horrific sight emerges, immediately snapping me back to reality. I couldn't see everything clearly, but I could make out a long, thin spike, which means...
I saw as well, Wato, silhouette of that spike through the central corridor.
Yeah, my vision showed another murder occurring further along that way. I may still be able to stop it. I'm going down the central passage right now. I have to. When I rush over, I'm met with an endless concrete passage exactly like the rest. Surrounded by the darkness, however, is a small gap in the wall. That must be the exit to this maze. If I head through here, I may be able to get back to the dungeon where everyone's waiting.
They went to all that trouble bringing you here, yet there hasn't been a single trap. How curious. Stay alert, Wato. There may well be danger up ahead.
Right. I move cautiously into the gloom, keeping an eye out for whatever may be lurking within. I press on one careful step at a time, unable to see a thing in the dark. I'm sick of being in these awful tunnels, but this passage almost certainly must connect to where I was before. I need to hurry and meet up with the others so I can let them know about my vision. It's all I can think about as I continue walking. No sign of any way out of this corridor.
Perhaps this is the hidden passage we were looking for in the dungeon. In which case, its entrance wouldn't be open yet.
So there's a possibility we can't escape unless we find the mechanism.
Precisely. Let's make a thorough search.
Right at that moment, I see a shaft of light dead ahead. Holmes, look. Could that be our way out over there? I'll go check it out. When I reach for the light, I notice that the ceiling is much lower than I realized, allowing me to touch it easily. Feels like there's something I can push here. Holmes, I think this is the entrance to the hidden passage.
Wait, I have an odd feeling about this. Were I the culprit, I wouldn't have left such an obvious giveaway. That is, unless I were seeking to lure out my prey. This could be a trap. We mustn't go up.
But if we take any longer, that murder I saw might actually happen. Even if it puts my life at risk, I've got no choice but to keep going.
You're right. I apologize for being so yellow-bellied. Let us press on, Wato. Whatever tragedy may await, we shall reverse it together.
I touch where the light is filtering in and brace my legs. Push with all my might. Once I do, the light grows larger as the cover slides upward with a grating sound. Just as I thought, this really is where you get into the hidden passage. More importantly, it's my way out of the dark. I throw open the door, encouraged by my growing sense of liberation. I reach my hands above me, grab the sides of the now open hole, and haul myself up. Oh. Well. That sucks.
So, I'm thinking either Renegade or whoever Renegade switched with is dead. That's, my thought.
I mean, we can see who... I mean, you see it, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, because I'm kind of sitting lower, so it's like it was...
Oh, yeah, no, we can see who's dead.
Oh.
Cool. So, bathroom break?